Little did Albert Wries know that a routine afternoon of mowing his lawn would lead to an extraordinary and terrifying discovery. The day was quiet in the peaceful town of Blackhawk, South Dakota. Albert was simply minding his own business, pushing his mower across the grass. But in a horrifying fraction of a second, his ordinary day took a dramatic turn when he felt something entirely unusual beneath his feet. The solid earth violently gave way. Stumbling backward, he turned and was met with a terrifying sight. A massive, bottomless sinkhole had suddenly opened up just inches behind him. Shocked and frightened, Albert abandoned his mower and rushed to his neighbor, John Trudeau. Interestingly, John had already sensed something was wrong that morning due to an unexplained water outage. Albert's frantic story confirmed his worst suspicions. The panicked neighbors called emergency services, and it rapidly became clear they weren't the only ones affected. Authorities arrived to find multiple sinkholes spontaneously appearing across the neighborhood. 6 terrified families were immediately evacuated, forced to leave precious belongings behind, and that heartbreaking number was expected to rise as structural experts investigated the mysterious cause. When skilled caver Adam Weaver heard the shocking news about the sinkholes swallowing Blackhawk, he bravely volunteered to investigate the void. As an experienced member of the Paha Sapa Grotto caving organization, Adam generously offered his specialized expertise to perfectly map the suspected natural cavern. However, what the bold exploration team actually discovered lurking beneath the quiet suburban streets was incredibly far from natural. Rappelling deep into the terrifying darkness, the sinkhole shockingly led directly into an abandoned gypsum mine. This colossal subterranean cavern stretched over 600 feet long and was frozen in time. It was absolutely filled with heavy mining equipment from the 1920s. As the cavers ventured much deeper into the pitch-black darkness, the eerie discoveries multiplied. Adam's brilliant wife, a professional paleontologist, carefully identified mysterious animal bones scattered in the haunted mine as tragically belonging to a doomed calf. Christopher Polari, another veteran member of the grotto, emphasized the team's invaluable experience and the absolute critical importance of their perilous exploration. As the bold cavers pushed further into the highly unstable mine, they made breathtaking historical discoveries. They found ancient rail car tracks crisscrossing the uneven floor, huge natural rock formations, and a truly bizarre sight. Wedged tightly between 2 massive boulders in the pitch-black abyss was a fully intact 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner. The classic vintage car, though damaged by its unexpected subterranean descent, was surprisingly well preserved given its extremely hostile underground location. The wildly unexpected find raised endless burning questions about the car's completely hidden history and exactly how a mid-century automobile tragically ended up swallowed inside an abandoned 1920s mine. The curious team endlessly speculated about how the mysterious Ford ended up entombed. It might have accidentally fallen in completely unnoticed years after the busy mine closed, or perhaps it once belonged to a local worker and became permanently trapped. Adams strongly believed the vintage car's fascinating origin story would very likely remain a totally unsolved, deeply captivating historical mystery. But to their absolute shock, the brave team quickly discovered a second forgotten vehicle. It was an even older, heavily rusted vintage truck, bizarrely buried entirely nose-down deep in the suffocating dark mine dirt. Unfortunately, it was deemed completely inaccessible for close-up photography due to dangerously unstable rocks. Despite these thrilling historical subterranean finds, the dedicated expedition team's absolute primary goal remained strictly mapping the sprawling mine. They successfully measured well over 2,300 linear feet of twisting underground passages, but were unable to safely explore heavily collapsed or flooded cavern areas. The vast subterranean tunnels drastically varied in immense size, with truly massive caverns reaching 40 feet wide and 30 feet tall. Back on the surface, Doug Huntrods, the emergency manager for Meade County, shockingly revealed the forgotten underground mine was originally owned by the historic Dakota Plaster Company. This stunning historical discovery, perfectly aligned with the region's extremely common industrial use of gypsum in plaster, and an uncovered old news article detailing the company's grand 1910 plant opening. Sadly, the highly surreal discovery of the abandoned mine overwhelmingly brought immense global fascination, but incredibly deep personal despair to the completely displaced local families. A tragic total of 12 innocent families, comprising roughly 35 deeply stressed individuals, have been brutally forced to permanently leave their cherished homes due to severe geological structural safety concerns. Furious, heartbroken neighbors loudly questioned whether wealthy real estate developers were completely aware of the massive mine's perilous existence and intentionally ignored catastrophic risks for massive financial profit. To make matters infinitely worse, major insurance companies heartlessly refused to cover incredibly extensive structural property damage or totally lost homes, strictly citing obscure legal policy. Exclusions specifically written for rare underground sinkholes. As a devastating result of corporate betrayal, desperate, financially ruined families were forcefully pushed to turn completely to GoFundMe for absolutely necessary financial survival assistance. Meade County urgently sought federal emergency aid directly from FEMA to financially support completely displaced suburban residents, but ruined families rightfully filed a massive, multi-million-dollar lawsuit directly against the entire county, state, local real estate agents, and greedy neighborhood developers. Shockingly, unearthed public county records strongly indicate the official local planning board was practically fully aware of the massive abandoned underground mine when blindly approving the entire residential neighborhood development years ago. The sprawling underground mine posed a horrific structural catastrophic risk to both the once peaceful neighborhood and heavily trafficked nearby Interstate 90. Brilliant highway engineers rapidly inspected the massive roadway and thankfully confirmed its overall structural safety, but stressed county officials must urgently address highly critical survival needs of innocent displaced residents and carefully determine exactly how to safely handle the entirely unexpected, highly dangerous subterranean geographical sinkhole discovery. Meanwhile, halfway across the globe in April 2020, a massive geographical sinkhole suddenly formed directly in front of Rome's universally iconic, absolutely world-famous historic Pantheon. While dangerous geological sinkholes aren't entirely uncommon in the endlessly fascinating ancient Italian city due to thousands of collapsed subterranean stone quarries and hidden forgotten tunnels, this uniquely particular one immediately captured intense global media attention. The gorgeous Pantheon, a continuously used beautiful house of traditional ancient worship since 17 AD, is perfectly located in the incredibly busy Piazza della Rotonda. The startling urban sinkhole, precisely measuring 10 square feet and plunging 8 feet deep, miraculously revealed a truly priceless hidden historical treasure trove for highly eager, world-renowned global archaeologists. Rome's rich, vibrant history, dating entirely back thousands of fascinating years, has permanently left behind a vast, fragile subterranean network of hidden underground stone ancient quarries, secret, historical tunnels, and winding dark catacombs. These sprawling subterranean cavities, fatally combined with the ancient city's incredibly loose natural soil, significantly contribute to frequent, dangerous, modern sinkhole formation. The Pantheon's shocking sinkhole quickly became culturally noteworthy, heavily inspired by the vibrant Renaissance's absolute most renowned master artists and magnificently serving as a hugely popular global burial site. The beloved Pantheon beautifully attracts millions of international tourists worldwide. A dedicated professional team of brilliant Italian archaeologists from ANSA rapidly began carefully investigating the collapsed site, miraculously uncovering original ancient paving stones perfectly dating back to 25 to 27 BC. Incredibly, this was the exact historic year the legendary Roman Empire was initially officially established. These completely priceless original stones were highly likely part of master architect Agrippa's very first Pantheon, famously designed in collaboration with his immensely powerful historical father-in-law, Emperor Augustus. This spectacular discovery provided truly unprecedented insight into incredible Roman construction techniques and unmatched engineering prowess. After the breathtaking original Pantheon was tragically destroyed by devastating fire, Emperor Hadrian brilliantly commissioned a stunning replacement and revitalized the piazza. Subsequent renovations unfortunately pushed these priceless ancient stones deeper. Interestingly, these historical stones were actually previously unearthed back in the 1990s during messy underground cable network construction. They were meticulously examined and safely reburied with a thick protective layer of pozzolana, a highly durable cement-like material. Rome's superintendent, Daniele Porro, deeply praised this incredibly effective preservation method. She emphatically highlighted the critical importance of actively protecting our invaluable archaeological historical heritage. In 2018, Rome boldly announced a €17 million plan to finally repair over 50,000 dangerous urban potholes. Unfortunately, immense delays continuously hindered progress, increasing catastrophic risks. Just months earlier, another dangerous sinkhole completely evacuated a Colosseum apartment. What are your thoughts on these amazing stories today? Subscribe